Hello everybody. Good evening or good afternoon wherever you're at. Sai Najumu here and welcome to IWAKURA ARIA. So, we basically started this last week and we managed to learn about the story of Ichiko, who is a down on her luck orphan girl who is trying her best in order to get enough money in order to pay for the orphanage and for herself. And well, let's just say she didn't have the best experiences when it comes to work overall. However, during a fair, she managed to catch the eye of one Amani Iwakura, who is one of the more richer people during this time in Japan. He saw our art, saw it was pretty interesting, and then decided, okay, you should come over to my house and you should actually work as a maid and meet my daughter, who's named Aria. Aria at first was a little bit like hesitant in order to befriend her. Basically, she wanted to treat her like the other maids in a very cold and cruel way, but in the end, once they realized that there is a common passion when it comes to art, that both of them are slowly starting to become friends. But there is still this ominous thing. There was this ominous cutscene that we saw that involved Aria with her dad. Something that has blood and it has her back turned to the screen, and there's it's a bit complicated, but maybe we might get an explanation tonight. Who knows? But yeah, as you guys noticed, we bought the layout back because when I checked the archive for last week's stream, I saw my L2D was covering a good chunk of the text. So I decided, okay, let's make it a little bit less worse off for people so that if they're going to watch the archives, that they'd be able to read the text that is on screen. Because I'm not going to read all of it because it is voiced as well. So a good number of Seiyu who are working on this game. But yeah, before we start, we have Pearl in the chat. I got work today, but I'm gonna watch the VODs. Okay, no problem. Good luck at work, Pearl. And we have Rayquaza. Hello, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Okie dokie, let's actually continue, shall we? Let's go back with our save spot. Yes. With that, a new relationship between us began that morning. Guess some things are still the same. I thought that her not waking up is just another way that she was being mean to me, but it seems like her troubles with waking up stem entirely from her condition. Oh yeah, I forgot, Aria is pretty sickly as well. However, she already woke up once, as far as eating properly goes. Oof. Try to hold on out a bit longer. No food. Huh? I wonder about that. Maybe she actually is still teasing me. Well, she just needs to make sure, right? Aria peeked her head out from under the covers and gazed at me with a pouty look on her face. Even Miss Aria makes cute faces like this. I don't know what to do. It's like she's upset, but she's not scaring me at all.
Ichiko? ごめんなさい。まあ、人を疑っておいてそれだけ？それだけって、じゃあ何をすれば許してくれるんですか？そうね。だったら何か書いてみせて。私まだイチコが書いているところを見たことがないから。え、それだけ？え、今回はそれだけで許してあげる。
Well, she's easy to please, at least when it comes to that. Well then, if that's all it takes, I'll draw as much as she wants. What should I draw, though? My eyes circled around the room, looking for something that would pique my interest. Huh. What's a spoon doing there?
じゃあ、あれを描きます。ドレッサーの隅にあるあのスプーン。スプーン？ああ。ええ、もちろんよ。
What a cute little spoon. I wonder if it's made for kids. If you look closely, there are intricate patterns engraved into it. Oh. It's a wonderful spoon, but incorporating all of the fine details into the drawing will take forever. Hopefully this is enough.
できました。これで許してくれますか？
Absolutely no reaction. Maybe I should add more details. She's smiling? She looks so happy.
イチコ。はい。すごく気に入ったわ。やっぱりあなたの絵、とっても素敵。よかった。ありがとうございます。
Well, she seems rather easy to please if Spoon makes her happy. Although to be fair, she is a very sheltered girl. Understandably enough.
このスプーンは何か貴重なものなんですか？それとも高級なブランドものとか。
このスプーンはね、私が生まれた時にお母様が送ってくれたものなの。
Oh, okay. So it has a deeper meaning. Gotcha.
銀のスプーン、幸せのお守りなんですって。
幸せのお守り。そっか。だから食べるためのものじゃないからお部屋に飾ってあったんですね。
ええ。でもいつからかすっかり景色に馴染んでしまって、最近はほとんど目に留めることもなかったわ。だからなんだか久しぶりに母に言われた気分。もしかしたらちゃんと手入れしなさいって怒っているのかもしれないけれど。
As she says this, her eyes gleefully bounce between the drawing and the real thing as she compares the two. The way she expresses herself is so natural and soft. So glad I drew that. A few minutes passed, and I remembered that I had a meal waiting for me that had long gone since cold, but at least my heart continued to feel a nice warmth.
いちこ、すっきりした顔してる。会えてない間に何かあった？
Sui seemed curious about what's going on from the moment she saw me, so I told her about how my relationship with Arya was starting to go well. Sui was beaming after hearing this, almost as if it happened to her and not someone else, and expressed her relief that the situation had gotten better.
で、これがその絵？これをいちこが描いたの？
Well, you seem to be a little bit in disbelief here, Sui.
そんな特別上手ってわけじゃないんだけど。おバカ！これで特別じゃないなんて言ったら嫌味だって怒られても仕方ないからね。本当にすごく上手。それに味もあるっていうの？いちこらしい素敵な絵。
Ichiko like peace? Girl, you just knew of her like almost a day or so ago. It feels like you've been knowing her for eternity by saying that.
そうかな。ありがとう。本当にすごい。ねえねえ、絵ってどうやって勉強するの？教室に通ったり？それともそばに上手な人がいたとか？私は施設で育ったから習ったりとか教えてもらったりとかそんな余裕は全然なくて。
That just comes naturally for some people.
だからずっと一人で落書きを。
My body began to really tense up after I finished speaking. I thought it would be okay to share all this with Sui, but maybe it was a bit too much.
そっか。施設でずっと一人で。じゃあさ、もしいちこが先生に習ったりしたら大変なことになるってこと？
I mean, yeah, why not?
これまでも絵を見た人はいたんでしょ？それなのに誰も何もしてくれなかったの？それって変じゃない？忙しいなんて関係ないよね。それともいちこの周りにいた大人がみんな節穴だったってこと？
Well, considering the situation that Ichiko was in, I doubt many of them would bother with art, because maybe at the time it was like for, how do I say this, higher class people, I guess? Sui was going on and on with this very serious look on her face. Seeing her get so fired up made me start to giggle, and eventually I just burst out laughing. Even after that, she still wouldn't quit talking about how awful those people were. In that moment, I felt silly for ever putting up any barriers around her.
ねえ、スイはお父さんに料理を習ったの？私？それはね。ちょっと自慢してもいい？実は私も天性の才能があったみたいでね。まだ誰も教えてないのに、3歳の頃にはもう一人でリンゴの皮を剥いてたんだって。
Peeling apples when you're 3 years old is pretty impressive.
え、3歳で？すごい天才だ。でしょ？私は全然覚えてないから、3歳っていうのはちょっと疑ってるんだけどね。
She's so funny and just so joyous. I never realized that getting to know someone and having them get to know me could make my heart feel so full. I mean, yeah, this is kind of like a first experience in having someone who actually listens to you as a person and like interacts with you like a normal human being. Yeah, because remember, she grew up in an orphanage, so and from what we noticed in the beginning of the game, it seems like nobody like actually took care of like the kids in the orphanage or gave them any love. So Ichiko's reaction makes a lot of sense. If I had gotten kicked out back then, I've never found out what this feels like. I want to talk with them more and learn more about them. That goes for Sui, Miss Aria, and many more. Hmm?
どうぞ。
失礼します。
Hmm? What's this?
あかり？お父様は一緒じゃないの？
Akari?
ええ。予定外の来客があって、今日は帰れそうにないそうです。
Oh, it's his secretary, yeah.
それで、頼まれた伝言を。
何？
以前いらしたオランダ政府高官のご友人から、どうしてもアリアさんに会いたいとご連絡が。
Uh-oh.
今週末、極秘でお見えになりたいそうです。
Visit in secret? Why in secret?
そう。あの方の友人なら準備が必要ということ？
Hmm?
ええ。あまねさんは金曜日にと。
金曜日？いいわ。お父様には問題ないと伝えておいて。
Uh-oh.
かしこまりました。では。
I do not like the sound of this. If a Dutch official is coming in secret and her dad isn't there, I hope it's not what I'm thinking it is. I hope it's not what I'm thinking it is. But if it is, then oh boy, her dad is pretty messed up.
待って。画材の話は聞いてる？
画材ですか？ああ。ええ、伺っております。神田画廊の森川氏に相談して、早速手配を進めていただいているところです。
Okay.
そう。それならいいわ。
はい。では、失礼いたします。
You know, I really like the framing and the art and how like the art style is like very sketch-like. It's not we couldn't say it's like sketch-like, but it's very, it's as if it was drawn by charcoal, if that makes any sense. I do like it quite a bit.
O母様があの子を呼んだの？私がつまらなそうにしているから？そうなの？ねえ、聞こえてる？もしもそんなことができるのなら早く望みを叶えてよ。ねえ、お願い。お母様。
Grant your wish. I wonder what it is. Very mysterious.
いつになったら夏らしい天気になるんだろう。
It's been a few days since then. It was now 5:30 on a rainy Saturday morning. My heart is nice and clear, but the sky is covered with thick clouds. It seems like the rainy season actually begins in early July this year. It used to make me choke, but I guess at some point I just got used to the smell of damp soil. Looking through the glass in the sunroom, the wet leaves look more sad than vibrant these days. Our relationship has greatly changed ever since we took that moonlit stroll together. Aria quit giving me the cold shoulder. I don't get so nervous and choked up around her, and we started talking about things that weren't work-related. I thought things would be good for a while. Before I knew it, I had a new issue to deal with. That is, every time I have a conversation with her, I can't help but get really excited. Despite Aria's cold, beautiful appearance, she is actually very caring and always looks out for me. And on the other hand, she'll sometimes act all cutesy and childish with this mischievous smile on her face. It seems like I was completely captivated by her charms. There I go again. As soon as I start letting my mind wander, it always comes back to her. Oh, that's right. Next time we go for a walk, I absolutely cannot forget my sketchbook. I can see her in the garden, gazing up in the dazzling sunlight piercing through the trees. Her profile was so beautiful that even just imagining it was enough to be enchanted by it. Oh, I got goosebumps from a sudden chill that ran up my spine. Someone is staring at me. Completely overwhelmed by this sensation, I quickly started looking around. The garden? Or maybe the fountain? Maybe the gardener was out making his rounds. With this thought in mind, I peered around the area leading towards the gate. He was nowhere to be found. Someone suddenly stood up from a flower bed and looked right at me. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. That scared the daylights out of me. Oh, it's just the gardener. What's going on? Even if he couldn't hear me, he definitely saw me bow to him, and yet he just stood there and continued to stare at me. I tilted my head to indicate that I was confused, but his expression didn't even change even the slightest bit. I was simply bewildered by this man's behavior. He then turned back to me and slowly disappeared into the garden, as if nothing had just happened. Now, what is up with this gardener? The gardener, everyone who works out here is so rude. Visual novel? Yes, it is. A very nice one so far. Ah, but the guard is always bowing and scraping whenever Mr. Amani's around. So maybe they're just looking down on me? Not really. It's... I don't think we have a defined genre for it yet, but we are progressing in the story. It is kind of like very ominous, very mysterious. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's romance. At least not yet. Slay the Princess? No, no, no. It's not like Slay the Princess. At least not yet. There is no resetting timelines or anything like that, but yeah, there is something ominous happening. But we'll see. We'll see.
あの人のせいで嫌な気分になっちゃった。掃除して切り替えなきゃ。
Yeah, welcome, by the way, Great Kaba. Okay, let's go to the drawing room. There's a thin layer of dust on the shelves and mantle. Ugh, I was afraid something might break if I touch it, so I tried to not to get too close, but can't be here for too long, just wanted to drop by. Oh, no problem, no problem. I appreciate it. You can always check back at the archives for the first stream I played this, if you're curious about how the game goes. But yeah, regardless, I hope you have a good day. Accepting the fact that I couldn't just leave it like that, I started scrubbing. This ornament is so heavy. I feel like it would dent the floor if it ever fell. Wow. This ceramic box is so pretty and shiny. Looks like a jewelry box, but I guess it's just for decoration. That's weird. There's a box inside the box? I carefully lifted up the ceramic lid, only to discover that there was a wooden box inside. Maybe this has a diamond ring in it. Excited for what secrets may await me, I reached for the lid of the wooden box. Inside was a totally dried up insect-like object placed in there all by itself. Hmm? Showa 24, 1949. That's the year I was born. That would make them the same age as me, which means this belongs to... Not that a lot of people keep their umbilical cords like this, but this looks like a bug or a mummy's finger. Ugh, I know this is Miss Aria's, but this is a bit much. Okay, let's go to the storeroom next. Yes. What's this? When I entered the storeroom, an unfamiliar cardboard box placed next to the doorway caught my eye. It says, "To be discarded" on it. I guess Mr. Amane wants to get rid of this stuff. I'll throw this out with the other trash once I finish gathering it up from the other rooms. Okay, let's go to the study. Something fell.
常光貿易、岩倉天音。天音さんの名刺か。どうしよう。机の上に置いておけばいいかな。
I may. I'll be here for a minute. Won't be gone just yet. Yeah, no worries. No worries. Okay, let's go to the breakfast room. Ah, he did it again. Sometimes Mr. Amane drops food near his chair. Makes me wonder how this happens, since he has such good table manners. Okay, let's go to the dining room next. A suitcase? Yes, Mr. Amani put this here. The metal fittings are so shiny. Kitchen. I'm hungry. I wonder what we're having for breakfast today. Is there any... Oh. Let's go to the storeroom again. Dustpan, dustpan. Ugh. This box is kind of in the way. I'll just move it back a little for now. Is there anywhere else we can go? Nope. I guess these are the only places. Maybe we can go to the study again? Yeah, maybe. These are some thick curtains. I guess it's so the books don't get sun damaged. I'd like to get some fresh air in here. I'll leave the curtains closed, but open the window for a little bit while I clean. Okay. Drawing room? Go back there. I wonder if there's anything else in the smaller drawers. Ugh, but what if there's something weird in there again?
空っぽ？それはそれでつまんないな。
Okay, breakfast room. Having large windows is great. They're a pain to keep clean. Pretty soon, I'm going to need a stepladder to scrub down the higher up parts. Okay. Let's go to the kitchen again. Guess Sui isn't here yet. Okay, let's see if we can find something new. Yeah, this is the same. What about the study? One more time. Yeah, it's the same. Drawing room? Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, I guess we're done. Yeah, stop moving. Yes. I made my rounds and came back to the storeroom once I hit a good stopping point. Then when I decided to take a look in the to-be-discarded box, it was filled with cracked perfume bottles and broken lamps. I guess these are damaged goods from Mr. Amane's import company.
どれも素敵なのにもったいない。でも売り物にならないなら仕方ないか。よいしょっと。
It's pretty heavy. It would be bad news if any of the pieces fell out, so I'll just toss the entire box into the trash can. I lifted the lid of the trash can, and while this one is quite deep, it was so full that it was about to come spilling out. I do remember one other time when this thing was full of pruned tree branches. On top of the heap was a big stuffed cloth bag. Naturally, I wasn't the one who threw this away. Curious, I opened the bag to find it stuffed to the brim with what appeared to be bed sheets. I guess Mr. Amane threw these out? Oh yeah, I remember when I first got here that time, Miss Arya made me throw away some sheets. Why do they keep throwing bed sheets? A bitter smile came across my face as I thought back and wondered if that was her just being mean to me or not. Not really, Ichiko, which is why it seems a little bit suspect. As I stood there wondering if my common sense was totally off, I grabbed the string to close off the bag, and that's when I noticed that the hairpin I was using to keep my hair up had fallen onto the sheets and then slipped down further into the depths of the bag. Guess I didn't attach it properly. As I followed along the edge of the bag with my fingertips, almost my entire arm ended up inside it. Feels so moist and gross at the bottom. Maybe there's some food waste under the bag or something? Aha! Ha ha! Yep. Yep. You can't be throwing bed sheets like it's pieces of like paper into the trash every now and then. There has to be something wrong with it. And lo and behold, it's full of blood. I reflexively threw the hairpin back into the trash, then feverishly rubbed my fingers against the outside of the bag, leaving 3 straight-line scratches on it in the process. It looked like an animal had gotten its claws on it.
何これ？血？やだ、なんで？
In a huff, I lifted up the bag to discover that the entire bottom of the bag was soaked in a red liquid. Where is this coming from? Inside the bag? Or maybe from something inside the trash can? Oh, you know, if there's going to be crows in the vicinity, cawing out loudly in a mansion, you know that something gruesome has happened or is already happening. Hey, stranger, how you doing? I looked back at the area I just ran away from, trying to catch my breath. The crows that chased me off were now rummaging through the garbage like they owned the place. It was so scary. I thought my heart was going to explode. What in the world just happened? Maybe there was a dead mouse buried in there or something? I went over the sink and began frantically washing the red liquid off my fingers. Thankfully, it came off pretty easily. So I asked before, is it a horror game? Now that you played enough, what do you think? It might be. It might be. We're already seeing, like, strange things happening. Like Amane, Arya's father, telling his daughter that someone from the Dutch government is going to come over for some reason. And now we have a trash bag that has sheets which has blood in it, apparently. We don't know what this blood is, so there might be some horror elements. Who knows? You just down with the cold the last few days? Aw, well, I hope you get better soon. I'm doing okay, though. Doing okay. Maybe it was a mouse's blood? Gross. I touched it. You must be still looking for the dead mouse or whatever's in there, because those crows are not leaving the trash can. If I try and get close to put the lid back on, they might start going crazy. Feel bad for the garbage truck guys. but can't just stand around and watch this unfold forever. So I decided that it'd be best to leave it alone for now. Usually they collect their trash at dawn, but of course, today was different. I guess it's just not my lucky day. I thought I heard a sound coming from the second floor. Oh, there's Amane. Oh, it's Mr. Amane. He's up early. I guess he has to go to work. I bowed my head as soon as I stood next to the stairs, but today I didn't hear the voice that usually greets me every day. I thought this was strange, so I lifted my head to see his back facing me as he made his way to the dining room.
Amane-san?
Ichiko-kun, ohayo.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
No way. How could he not notice me when I was standing so close to him? For whatever reason, today just really isn't my day.
おや、どうかしたのかい？浮かない顔をしているね。何か困り…
いえ、そんなんじゃ。Amane-san、今日はもうお仕事ですか？
I was asking my friends this question. If you don't mind answering, how much do you spend on your Steam ID? As in, like, buying games? Or how much hours have you spent on Steam overall? Because if it's either, I don't know. I may need to check up on that later. Money? Yeah, I didn't check that yet. Maybe I'll do that later.
そうなんですね。では朝食は？
もう出るから必要ないよ。もし会えたら、スイ君に申し訳ないと伝えてくれ。
Oh, he's very impatient, I see.
わかりました。
よろしく。
With that, Amane picked up the suitcase he had placed in the dining room and started heading towards the front door. I wanted to properly see him off, so I followed behind him. That's when... As soon as he opened the door, I could hear the sound of the crows cawing from the garbage area. Maybe I should tell Mr. Amane what I witnessed earlier. But where do I even begin with that?
今日も降ったりやんだりの天気か。テラスでの昼食は厳しそうだな。
倉庫に置いてあった廃棄物は外に運んでおきました。
ああ、ありがとう。助かるよ。業者に会社の倉庫を片付けさせた直後にまとまった破損品の返送があってね。
One of my friends has spent around $8 grand in around 10 years. As in US dollars? That is a lot. But in 10 years? That seems actually plausible. Right? It seems plausible. 8K in 10 years? It seems plausible. I personally have spent $140 since I'm new. Yeah, I mean, makes sense. It makes sense.
車内に壊れたものを置いておくのもあまり気分が良くないから。それじゃ、今日も留守を頼むよ。そうだ。昨晩アリアと話したらとても疲れているようだったから、今日は好きなだけ寝かせてやってほしいんだ。だから静かに起こさないようお願いできるかな。
もちろんです。重々気をつけます。
じゃ
はい、いってらっしゃいませ。
Wasn't able to tell him. I'm sure he wouldn't like starting off his day hearing about a gross story about mice anyway. If it happens again, I'll let him know then. Amane's black car slowly pulled out of its parking spot. I deeply bowed once more, and as the car made its way to the front gate, I could spot Amane smiling at me through the window. Maybe it's the weather, or perhaps the crazy morning I've had so far. The house is the same as always, but for whatever reason, it feels dark and eerie today.
なんで今日はこんなに。
Oh,
柱時計。はあ、もう。
no, she got jump scared by the clock.
いちこ。
What? Oh, there's C. He likes buying games. My main platform is PlayStation. In the last 10 years or so, max, I spent like 5 to 6 grand. That's it. I mean, for 10 years, that's very plausible. That's very plausible. It sounds about right, this amount of money.
ついびっくりした。あ、ごめんね、全然気がつかなくて。
Yeah, poor girl gets jumped so easily.
こっちこそごめんね。厨房から呼んだんだけど返事がなかったから勝手に。
大丈夫？何かあった？
ああ、違う違う。深刻な話じゃなくて、新鮮なお刺身をもらってきたから、絶対今のうちに食べた方がいいと思って。
それでわざわざ呼びに来てくれたの？
うん。だっていちこなら1分でも早く食べたいかなって。そんなことなかった？
Sui looked at me with a cheeky smile, as if she already knew what I was going to say. Seeing her like that, all the tension I had built up instantly faded away. I could feel my cheeks getting softer.
そんなことある
でしょ？やっぱり。行こう。焼き魚もあるから今日はお魚尽くしだよ。
Grilled fish. I like me some grilled fish.
楽しみ。今日あまねさんは。
さっき車見た。いちこ、2人前食べられるね。
それはさすがに。
本当かな。
As I started walking back with Sui, I stealthily looked behind me. Cheerful voices were echoing in the entrance hall. The residence felt like it had returned to normal after feeling so gloomy earlier. Hmm?
竹下君、明日の話は聞いているね。あちらも警備をつけているとのことだから、基本的には彼らを立ててやるように。
We checking on how much we spend on our hobby and or in other people's words wasted. Mine is not that much. It's like 400 in a year, so it's not that much. I mean, yeah, 400 spent on games in 1 year sounds good. Yeah, it's not overspending. Takeshita. Who's that?
はい、承知しております。吉野さんから来週の件も聞きましたんで、臨時の人員も手配済みでございます。
そうか。 助かるよ。予定は未定だけれど、準備しておくのに越したことはない。そうだ。君にこれを。いつもよくやってくれているからね。
What is this?
これはアリア様の。
飲むなり売るなり好きにするといい。
This is Arya's what? Drink it, sell it, whatever is fine. Uh-oh. Okay, take care, Kaba. Thank you for coming. Yep, not over or under. It's a hobby I enjoy and love, so it's worth it for me. Yep. Yep, as long as it's worth it.
売るなどとんでもございません。まさかこんな褒美をいただけるなんて。
What is this? He mentions drink. Now, with the whole bed sheets thing and the whole scene in last week's stream with her back turned to the screen and talking to her father, then we have this where he has some kind of container or thing that has Arya's blood?
今後もよろしく頼むよ。
もちろんでございます。いってらっしゃいませ、天音様。
すっきりした。
I said goodbye to Sui as I ate breakfast she prepared for me. After that, I washed the dishes and cleaned all the floors downstairs. Just to be sure, I went back to the trash can to check on things, but all the trash had been since collected. I nervously peeked inside, and much to my surprise, there wasn't even a trace of a stain left behind. How was my day? My day was okay. My day was okay. A little tiring, but it was okay. Hmm.
もう1時？私何時間床を磨いてたんだろう。
Okay, just give me a second, guys. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I figured someone has been joining the Discord and is actually a bot. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. They show up on the Discord and they are a bot. And they send a friend request. They just drop in the server and send a friend request. That is an immediate ban. Yeah, I've written this in the rules on the Discord, but if you immediately join the server and do a friend request when I don't know you, that is an immediate ban. You are sus. 100% sus. Ah, man. I guess scammers and illiteracy are very good friends. I was so bloated from everything I ate for breakfast, but my stomach had since flattened out and I returned to the shape I knew. Let's see, where should I start cleaning this afternoon? If Miss Aria is awake, I would clean the second floor, but normally we would have spoken several times by this point in the day. But Amani specifically asked me to let her sleep as much as he wants today. Even if I do make some noise, it's not like she's going to wake up. But the more I think about it, the more I realize I won't be able to do much of anything. Normally when there's no visitors coming, you can just do things as normal. So why all of a sudden? I don't remember who, but one person from the server is trying to sell me some art. Please don't fall for that, stranger. Please don't fall for that. If you have someone who DM'd you, just send me a message or let me know, and I'll immediately ban them. Because these people are just scammers. They either like use stolen work, or they just want to like take your money, or they just want to like give you like bad links which may steal your Discord account. They have many things that they do. Yep, I ignored them. Good. Excellent. Do not fall for them. And interestingly enough, some of these scammers have the gall, you know, they have the gall to take like video, right? Video of people that it's their work, right? It's their work. Like there was someone I saw who took like a video of their L2D character that they were working on, right? They removed the watermark and they said, hey, I have a new offer to give to you guys. DM me now so I can make you a new live 2D avatar. And it turns out that they're stealing it from someone else. And they got caught. There's so many of these scammers out there. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. You could have spent that time actually learning how to do art or how to do L2D or how to do anything creative. Or you could spend that time actually getting a job, you know, instead of trying to scam people online. But no, they think people are this gullible in order to fall for them. Not anymore, though.
お嬢様、急に心配になってきた。水とか飲まなくていいのかな。食事もきっと何か取った方が。
I guess she's gonna go to her room. Yep, they're everywhere all the time.
起きてますか？具合はどうです？お昼お刺身ありますよ。食べませんか
？Not so much as a whisper. Of course, that's how she always is, but what should I do? Should at least check on her.
お嬢様？
Peering at her sleeping face, I felt my heart suddenly contract. She really does look like a doll when she's sleeping. That beautiful face is something I will never get tired of seeing. Her skin is so smooth that you could mistake it for porcelain. Did you know that there's a divine being also named Sai and many people pray to him? I did not know that. That was not my intention when picking that, when I got that name, but interesting. We're the same age, and yet she's so incredibly different from me. She doesn't have a single freckle, pimple, nothing. It's hard to believe that she's a human being, just like me. Huh? What? I moved in closer and brushed my finger against her cheek. Even just doing that, I could tell that she was abnormally cold. What?
お嬢様。ちょっと、お嬢様。やだ、どうして。嘘、おでこも首もすごく冷たい。お嬢様、死んでる。そんな、なんで。
Wait, what?
誰か来てください。お嬢様が誰か。お湯。
Huh?
お嬢様、今喋った。やっと聞こえた。お嬢様。
Damn, that actually gave her a scare.
寒いの。早くお風呂にお湯を張ってきて。
Man, this is getting even stranger than expected.
お嬢様。お嬢様。
ねえ、何度返事をさせるつもり？
だって。
もう出るわ。タオルはある？
はい、置いてあります。何も手伝わなくて平気です。
Oh, no, 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 no. I'm just saying, like, I am pretty sure you're joking, but I'm saying that what's happening here is weirder than expected. Yeah, I didn't mean you as a person, but I'm sure you're joking.
大丈夫。
Okay.
本当に心臓が止まるかと。
Yeah, today is really not your day, Ichiko. In an instant, a chill spread from the palm of my hand to every single nerve in my body. Just thinking about it sent shivers down my spine. The weather's been terrible lately. There has certainly been a chill in the air, but still, it's July for crying out loud. How could she get that cold just lying in bed like that? She was so pale. I honest to goodness thought that she was really dead. I never actually touched a dead person before, but I'm pretty sure they're exactly like that.
死んだ人。
あら、いちこ。わざわざ待っていてくれたの？
お嬢様。当たり前ですよ。気分はどうですか？体は平気？
ええ、すっかり温まったわ。それで？
It was nice catching up. Okay, stranger. Hope you have a great night. Take care.
それで？
お刺身よ。下にあるの？
She's eating properly. Something about this feels really off. It's so obvious, but it feels like she's lying.
食事中よ。あまりじっと見つめないで。
すみません。
まったく、幽霊でも見たような顔をして。おかしな子。
Ghost? She's right. I actually do feel like I'm staring at a ghost right now. I don't know if this is actually a phenomenon of someone dying and coming back to life, but it sure felt like it. Naturally, I know she's not a ghost, but still.
体調が悪いといつもあんな風に体が冷えてしまうんですか？
ええ、そうね。体が冷えて動けなくなってしまうことはよくあるわ。今日はまだいい方よ。体が動かなくても目覚めた後に意識はあったから。
そんな、さっきのでいい方なんて。
そういう体質なのだから仕方ないわ。慣れているから心配しないで。
でも、きっと辛いですよね。体温が上がったり下がったり。本当は今だって無理してるんじゃ。
You know, I'm starting to think that why Arya is getting like so cold and whatnot might have something to do with the blood in the sheets. I don't know, maybe her blood has some kind of miracle cure, or something special in it, which explains why, if she has a good amount of blood loss, she like turns pale and like her body temperature goes to very cold levels. It's definitely something to think about.
いいわ、いちこ。こっちへ来て。私は大丈夫。無理なんかしていないわ。
With those words, she reached out and gently grasped my hand.
体温さえ戻れば、なんてことないの。本当よ。
She's still cold, but it's night and day compared to earlier. Her hands are cold, and yet somehow warm.
お医者様にも何度も見てもらっているから、心配はいらない。どう？他に聞きたいことはある？
いえ、でも私、すごく怖かったんです。お嬢様が死んじゃったんじゃないかと思って。
ええ、それはわかってる。だって、慌てようだもの。
え？
今日は意識があったって言ったでしょ？死んだことにされて驚いたわ。
笑い事じゃありませんよ。私本当に心臓が止まるかと思ったんですから。
ごめんなさい。でも、おかしいものは仕方ないじゃない。
Oh, she still likes teasing Ichiko, that's for sure.
おかしくないです。本当に私がどんな気持ちで。
Even though I was quite visibly upset, Arya still seemed like she was enjoying herself.
あんなに大きな声を出す人、初めて見たわ。
Hello, who's this? She's beautiful with all that hair. That is Arya Iwakura, who is the second protagonist in the visual novel named after her. Yeah, she is the daughter of Amani Iwakura, and the Iwakura family are pretty rich. And there is some strange things that are happening, like blood in the sheets, and Amane, who is their dad, trying to give something to like other people that is related to Arya as well. I don't know if it's hair, if it's blood, if it's something, but it is weird. It is certainly weird, but amongst this, it's a story of friendship between Ichiko, the newly hired maid, and, Arya herself. Welcome, by the way, Daniel O'Brien. I hope you're doing well today.
お嬢様。
Oh. Whoa, what is this? The moment I let some tension go and flashed a bitter smile across my face, I felt a sudden chill down my spine. I know this feeling. Is it him again? with that, I started looking around the garden and... just as I thought, the gardener was looking at us.
やっぱりまたあの人だ。
A bad girl? No, she isn't a bad girl at all. Looks like she noticed him too. Is this guy always like that or what? Should I ask her about him?
今日も雨なのね。
Oh, she
そうですね。
isn't paying attention to
降ったり
him.
止んだり。
雨は嫌い。肌に染み込んでくるような感覚が。晴れたらいちこと散歩に出たいのに、いつまでこんな天気なのかしら。
今なんて。
でもいいわ。今日は他のことをするから。来て、いちこ。部屋に戻るわよ。
Must be at least to her waist. Yeah, she has very long hair. The thing is, like I said earlier on, she is very sheltered, so it makes a lot of sense that her hair would grow out like that. Arya stood up and quickly made her way out of the dining room, almost as if she suddenly just remembered something.
待ってください、お嬢様。
As I followed her, I looked back out towards the garden. The gardener had turned his back on to me and was making his way back into the garden. Once again, as if nothing had just happened.
変な人。
Yeah, something is up with this gardener.
さあ、自由に見て回って。好きな服を選ぶといいわ。
I couldn't help but wonder what we were going to do in our room. Then, instead of going for a walk, it seemed like Arya's new plan was to have me act as her personal dress-up doll.
選べません。
どうして？どれも気に入らない？
そうじゃなくて、どれも高そうで破ってしまったら大変ですし、それにそもそも入らないかも。
Damn, don't knock it until you try it, Ichiko. I'm definitely a hair man, though other features could help too.
入らないの
I mean,
選べないの？
yeah. Some people like long hair, some people like short hair. Some people like, medium length hair. Some like big puffy afros. Some like bald. Yeah, there are bald lovers out there. Don't be surprised.
だって入らなかったら恥ずかしいじゃないですか。
服のサイズが合わないのにどうして恥ずかしいの？入らなければまた他の服を選べばいいじゃない。ほら、どれでもいいからまずは一着好きなもの。
She was pressing me to make a decision, so I had no choice but to stand in front of a row of clothes. Any of those would look amazing on Miss Arya. Mere looking at any of these gorgeous dresses is enough to make the heart all fluttery, but I just can't picture myself wearing any of these. Don't get carried away, I could be the romantic type. Alright, fair. Fair. I walked around the dressing room looking for something, and then I saw the wardrobe in the back of the room with the doors on it. Almost forgot.
決まった？
いえ、この間ここに入ってしまった時のことを思い出して、同じワンピースが何着もあるのはお嬢様のお気に入りだからですか？
I just admitted that I looked in there. What am I?
いいえ、このワンピースは言うなれば私の制服みたいなものよ。
She answered my question without skipping a beat. seemingly unfazed by the rude question I just asked her.
制服？
ええ。私の服装一つで、もてなしが格上だ格下だと、そんな話になってしまうことがあるそうだから。
Interesting how it managed to pause the music while saying this.
お父様にその話を聞いて以来、接点のあるお客様同士が揉めることのないように、いつも同じ服を着ることにしたの。
I never could have possibly imagined an answer like that. No way. What a ridiculous story. That's why she doesn't get to wear any of these clothes?
信じられない。そんなのっておかしいです。
おかしい？
だって、その人たちが大人になればいいだけなのに、お嬢様が気を使わなきゃいけないなんて、変ですよ、絶対。
It is weird.
すみません。もしかして私、すごく失礼なことを言ってますか？
そうね。でも、私の前では構わない。人の考えや意見を聞くのは好きよ。だけれど、服のことはこれでいいの。私がそうすべきだと考えて、自分で決めたことだから。この部屋のほとんどはお客様からの頂き物。それをこうして飾り物のようにしてしまうのは、少し申し訳ないけれど。
That's a lot of clothes from these guests.
服を選ぶ手間がないのはとても楽よ。
That may be true, but still.
それより、あなたは一体どれにするの？早く決めてくれないと先に進めないのだけれど。
そうですよね。それじゃあ。
Those eyes are stunning too. Can't say I've ever seen that color ever. Well, they look kind of hazelish, hazel brown. There are some people out there with hazel brown eyes. Let's have her choose.
やっぱりダメです。選べません。お嬢様が代わりに選んでくれませんか？
そう？仕方ないわね。それじゃあ、この赤いドレスにしましょう。この色、いちこの肌にきっと映えるわ。
本当ですか？私には派手すぎる気が。
そうかしら。でも派手でも関係ないわ。私に選べと言ったのだから、これで決まった。来て、いちこ。着替える前にここに座って。
Aw, this art is so cute.
はい。
任せて、可愛くしてあげる。
Yeah, I really have to look up that artist who worked on the game because they did an amazing job.
お嬢様？
動かないで。まずは顔をよく見ないと。
She's so close to me. Once I did what I was told and sat down in front of the mirror, she grabbed my chin and stared intently at my face. Felt so awkward, so I started looking towards the floor or the ceiling, but... How long is she going to keep me like this? Wow. You know, them just having the eye being colored and just throwing like a subtle like drawing of a flower in her eye, that's really good. That's really good. That's really good framing, and that's really good like dynamic technique in order to like emphasize the dialogue here. I could see flowers blooming in her eyes. There was yellow, green, and brown. The petals were a strange color I've never seen before. Staring through the soul with those, yep. I can't look away. I mean, they're just so...
綺麗だわ。
Oh,
いちこの目、すごく綺麗。溺れそうに深い色。
何ですかそれ、からかってます？
からかう？どういう意味？
だって私の目が綺麗だなんて。
目だけじゃないわ。鼻は小さくて可愛いし、唇はふわふわね。
good minds think alike. She gently touched my face like she's trying to get a complete understanding of my facial features as she whispered through her thoughts under her breath. Her expression clearly indicated that she was not playing around. She's really not joking with me? Nobody has ever told me I was beautiful before. I'm so happy, but also embarrassed.
いちこ、ちゃんとこっちを見て。
はい、ごめんなさい。
Oh, geez, my face is turning as red as a tomato.
そうね。お粉をはたいて
Hitting on her for sure?
唇に赤みを足せば十分みたい。
I mean, we don't know. We don't know what's Arya thinking about, but we shall see. We shall see. Ah, yeah, she's gonna use makeup. Okay. Ah, she's going to do my makeup.
お嬢様はよくお化粧をするんですか？
いいえ。以前はお化粧道具で遊ぶこともあったけれど、自分の顔じゃつまらなくって。
Wow, I guess everyone views themselves in that sort of way. I had her face. I'm pretty sure I would never get bored of it.
いちこ、目をつむって、唇も閉じて。そう。
The soft bristles gently brushed across my cheeks. It tickled my skin a little, but it felt nice. It smelled good too. I opened my eyes just a bit to see Arya with a serious look on her face. The tip of her Camilla-colored pinky finger tenderly traced my lips. Her fingers are cold. No, maybe it's just that my cheeks are hot. I was so nervous that I could feel the uneasiness in my stomach. Imagine if smoking cigarettes came next. I don't know. I don't think Arya is the kind of person to smoke cigarettes because she's already like sickly. She's a very like sick girl. So sick as in unhealthy, right? She has very poor health. So yeah, I don't think smoking is going to happen in there.
いちこ、息はしていいのよ。
Damn, girl. She is so like... She's so perplexed that she's holding her breath.
そう、それでいいわ。
I found myself trapped in a sense. My arms are at my side with my fingers tingling like crazy, and my heart beating so loud that she probably could hear it. I wonder how much longer this is going to take. If she doesn't ease up soon, I might just croak right here and now. I became more and more dizzy every time she patted her eyelashes. At this point, all I could do is wait. Oh, well, you know, it's understandable. Oh, we got a CG here.
やっぱり似合わない気が。
着慣れていないからそう思うだけ。いちこ、おとぎ話のお姫様みたいよ。
私がお姫様？
ええ。髪を整えたらもっと可愛くなるわ。ほら、前髪も少し流して。
私、こんなことをしてもらったの初めてです。なんだかドキドキして。
そうだったの？化粧はこれまでに一度も？
あ、というより、こういうこと自体が。
They can almost be sisters. So far it does look like they're having a somewhat sisterly bond, but I don't know if Ichiko feels that way. She's like blushing and feels like her heart is about to pop. But yeah, here's the thing though. These two are very similar in the fact that they did not get that much love, especially when it comes to girls in their own age. So Ichiko is a girl who grew up in an orphanage, right? She tried her best to get enough money in order to save the orphanage. She couldn't. She managed to get picked up by Amane, who is Aria's father, and now she's working as a maid here. While meanwhile, Aria doesn't go outside very much. She managed to get rid of so many maids before and never had like a proper like friendship with even like someone in her own age. But now Ichiko's here and they're both, like they're teenagers. They're both of the same age. They both like art and they both had the sad inexperience of not having anyone as a friend. So now we get to see this. This is Aria's opportunity to finally have someone to befriend, and this is Ichiko's opportunity in order to, have someone to actually talk to.
私には母も姉妹もいなくて、周りの大人もみんな忙しかったので。
Yeah, see? Right there. She didn't have a mother, she didn't have any sisters. She was in an orphanage.
そう。だったらよかった。気に入ってくれたのなら、またしたいわ。こうして一緒に服を選んで、化粧をして。嫌かしら？
嫌なんて、まさかそんな。
本当に？私は母や女中にこうしてもらっている間、いつもつまらなかったから、私が誰かにしてあげたいのにって、ずっとそう思ってた。
She narrowed her eyes as she said those words, and I could suddenly feel my heart finally start to calm down a bit. Her peaceful, gentle smile that somehow invokes my sense of nostalgia, her hand that softly strokes my hair. She's so soft and kind. I want to capture her in this very moment. Oh.
写生帳？何を書くの？
Oh, she's gonna draw. Oh, okay.
私？ずいぶん急ね。
She feels inspired. Ah, that's pretty good.
すみません。どうしても書いてみたくなって。こんな感じかな。ついさっきのお嬢様。
素敵。ねえ、もっとよく見せて。笑ってる。私、こんな顔をしてた？
はい、すごく優しい顔を。
そう。ありがとう。この絵、すごく気に入ったわ。早くカンバスにも描かせてあげられたらいいのに。まだ画材が揃わないみたい。あ、そのままでいてちょうだい。いちこに似合いそうな髪飾りがあるの。
Years from now, they can look back at this moment as something special. Yep. Well, let's hope their memories continue to be like, you know, very like friendly and very sisterly as well. But I don't know, I have this weird feeling that it may or may not last. We'll see. It's right. She mentioned oil paintings. I wonder if they're really going to get me those supplies. When I heard about it, I was a bit nervous. Oh!
お嬢様
Uh-oh. What happened?
いちこ、ダメじゃない。そのままでって言ったのに。
無理ですよ。今何が割れたんですか？
小物入れが落ちただけ。騒ぐことではないわ。
ああ、触らないでください。私がやりますから。怪我でもしたら大変です。
どうして？怪我をして大変なのは、いちこも同じでしょ？
それはそうでも。とにかく触らないでください。すぐにほうきとちりとりを持ってきますから。
わかった。私は何もせずに待っていればいいのね。
その通りです。絶対ですからね。
Thinks it should be just as bad if I got hurt. Hmm? Oh.
ええ、そうよね。
お
あの子も私も。怪我をしたら
お
大変だわ。
Wait, why are you doing this? Well,
夢みたいな一日だった。
well, that was strange. Words tend to overflow when the heart is full. Everything that happened today was something special. Outside of that part in the end where she, you know, grabs one of the pieces of the broken ornament and hurts herself on purpose. Just being able to go for a nice stroll with her on a clear sunny day, the more than enough for me. I experienced so many things for the first time, all thanks to Arya. When I lifted the hem of my dress to walk down the stairs, that moment felt like a princess on her way to the ball. But when I really think about everything that happened today, the image that is most prominent in my mind is not how I looked at the mirror, but rather her gentle smile. So warm and kind. Her voice sounded more sweet than usual, too. Her cold fingertips that occasionally brushed against my skin. I found myself touching my lips as I went over the details in my mind. But mine feel absolutely nothing like hers. Only she would touch more. Whoa, Ichiko, hold on there. Not so fast. Oh.
はい、どうぞ入ってください。
失礼。
Oh.
もう眠るところだったかな。
いいえ、どうされました？私何か粗相を。
いや、そういうんじゃないんだ。少し大事な
Very
頼み
deep.
があってね。明日、海外からお客様がいらっしゃる予定なのだけれど、聞いていたより大所帯でね。おまけに来週もいくつか食事会の予定が入ったんだ。給仕やお手伝いは雇うけれど、食事を運んだり片付けをしたり、一子くんにもいくつかお願いしたい仕事がある。
Okay.
いつもより忙しくなるけれど、頼まれてくれるかな。
そんな、もちろんです。私にできることなら何でもします。
助かるよ。日によっては普段の仕事に支障が出ることもあるだろうけれど、その取捨選択は君の裁量に任せる。それじゃ、おやすみ、いちこくん。
はい、おやすみなさい、あまねさん。そっ こういうのこんなに急に決まるんだ。
This was the first time I get to see the residents bustling with people. Thinking about it gave me a little something to look forward to.
今日みたいな日はしばらく過ごせそうにないな。
Who knows?
お嬢様、一つ聞いてもいいですか？
ええ、何？
どうしてお嬢様はいつもいい匂いがするんですか？
香水ね。お気に入りがあるの。見せてあげる。イタリアの薬局で作られているものだそうよ。そこに置いてるポプリもそう。この2つがお気に入りで、それを自分で混ぜたのがこの香り。
ほんとだ、これお嬢様の匂い。
ベルガモットにタバコの葉、バニラとジャスミン、それからムスクだったかしら。イチコも同じ香りにする？
That is an interesting mix of smells.
待って、今作ってあげるわ。
Arya then went over to a decorative shelf, grabbed a fancy-looking small container, and came back over. First, put in the moisturizing cream, then spray it several times with the perfume.
こうして練り香水にするの。あとは手首や首筋に少しつければ。ほら、イチコも私と同じ匂いよ。
I put some cream on my skin and gently inhaled the sweet scent, trying to do everything I could to remember everything about this day.
いい匂い。お嬢様の甘い匂い。
Sweet scent. How you're phrasing it is kind of interesting. All of those distant and cold feelings from when I first met Arya were now sweetly melting into my wrist. A pleasant breeze was blowing in from the slightly open window, making the sweetness tickle the depths of my nose. With every breath, I could feel my chest getting ever so tight, then relax a little when I breathe out. Floating along, head in clouds. Feels so good. What's this? Baby sounds. Don't be sleepy then. Just like Amane said they would, guests were coming over to the residence day after day. On the first day, I got a little swept up in the festive atmosphere, but it soon dawned on me that with more people coming, it meant that the cleaning up and keeping the place tidy would be that much harder. And I soon found myself yearning for the residence to be quiet again. top it all off, I've been having bad dreams lately. For 2 nights in a row now, I've been woken up in the middle of the night by the sound of a baby crying, knowing full well that there's no baby here. It's like I'm overworking myself right now, but with the quiet life I've had, it makes me wonder if I can keep up with this.
いちこ、お嬢様、もしかしてもう時間ですか？
いいえ、まだよ。少しいちこの様子を見に来ただけ。
私の様子？
さっき、なんだか疲れて見えたから。気分が優れないのなら、今日は休んだ方がいいわ。熱は？
Her cold finger pressed against my face, sending a chill down my spine.
いちこのほっぺ、すごく熱い。
違います。私のほっぺが熱いんじゃなくて、お嬢様の指が冷たいんです。
あら、そうなの？
はい。それに、心配なのは私よりお嬢様です。こんなに毎日いろんなお客様に会って、体は平気ですか？私、毎日ドキドキしてるんですから。起こしに行った時にお嬢様がまた冷たくなっていたらどうしようって。
まあ、そんな心配をしていたの？あれは体質だから、疲れとは関係ないのよ。ただそういう日があるっていうだけ。それに、今週の予定くらいなら疲れもないわ。人に会うのにも慣れているから。
そうだとしても。
Day in and day out, all I ever see are high society men in fancy suits and expensive-looking accessories. There's a lot of foreigners amongst them too. Their high-class atmosphere just makes me feel silly and awkward. Really awkward, so I'm constantly bowing around them.
ああいうスーツの大人に囲まれるのってすごく緊張しませんか？
いいえ、緊張なんて全く。だって彼らは私と小難しい話をしたいわけじゃないのだもん。私はただ姿を見せればいいの。彼らが興味を持っているのは私の顔や体だから。それだけで喜ばれてお父様の仕事もうまくいく。そう思えば大したことではないでしょ？
まあ、そう言われると。
そうなのよ。だから心配なんかしなくていいの。疲れるのは私より機嫌を取る相手の方よ。
She was so incredible. I heard her say things that I never in all my life could imagine myself saying, but I found myself deeply moved by all of this coming from her beautiful face. I don't know what it is. Something about what she said there.
いちこスイ
お邪魔しちゃってごめんなさい。アリアさん。
あ、ええ、こちらこそ。
どうしたの？私に用事？
そうなの。ちょっと厨房を手伝ってもらいたくて。時間があればでいいんだけど。
Oh, go into the kitchen. Okay.
もちろん。でもお嬢様の支度が。
私は平気よ。厨房の方が大変でしょうから、そっちを手伝ってあげて。
わかりました。それじゃあ何かあったら呼んでくださいね。
ええ、そうするわ。
ありがとう、いちこ。失礼します、アリアさん。ごめんね、話してるところだったのに。今日使ってほしいってお願いされた食器とカトラリー、長い間しまわれてたのかちょっと埃っぽくて。
カトラリーって？
スプーンとかフォークとか。
なるほど。全部洗って磨けばいいのかな。
それを手伝ってくれるとすっごく助かる。で、それはそれとして。
うん。
バカ、ちげえよ。人参はエマンセだって言ったろうが。
Whoa, where did he come from?
うるせえよ親父。これはこの厚さでいいんだよ。
こらてめえ、貸せ。
ねえ、やかましいでしょ。
Sui flashed me with a wry smile that was rather unlike her. Up until yesterday, I had only ever seen Sui and a few other employees around here, but I guess they had to call in some help with how many people are coming over.
もしかしてスイのお父さん？
そう、お父さんとお兄ちゃん。
お、スイ、お前からも言ってやれ。そんなんじゃ店継げねえぞって。
すぐ気ないってなんかいやわかんだこの親父。
ちょっとみっともないから静かにして。いちこ見えてる？挨拶もできないじゃん。
あ？お、いちこちゃん。は はじめまして、スイの父ですよっと。
あ、はじめまして。先月からここで働いています。北川いちこです。
ああ、スイから聞いてるよ。働き者なんだってね。仲良くしてくれてサンキューな。こいつ中学卒業してから同級生と会う機会もないからね。同い年で気が合う友達ができたってすんげえ喜んじゃってさ。
ちょっと恥ずかしいからもういちこも困ってるじゃん、お父さんのバカ。
Sui. I always felt like she was bright, she was the bright and beautiful, bright and cheerful older sister type, even though we're the same age. But seeing her with her family like this, I get to see her cute, childish side too. It's quite refreshing.
そういやお前、安田んとこの長男と話したか？
別に話してないけど。
ああ、こないだ話せって言ったろ。一回くらい映画でも行ってやれって。
だからそれは
That's dysfunction. Yeah?
なあ、いちこちゃんからも言ってやってくんね。八百屋の長男にベタ惚れされてんのにさ、こいつずっともったいぶってんだよ。
もういちこに変なこと言わないでよ、バカ兄貴。
ク
厨房で喧嘩すんな。たく、お前はまずエマンセだろうが。
ああ、もう。
My face can't help but light up watching the three of them interact. Makes me wonder if Sui is always like this when she's with her family. They're so bright and fun. I understand Sui's personality all the better now that I met her dad. But still... Uh-oh. Seeing Sui able to laugh like this in an environment that I'm not familiar with makes me feel a little lonely. Maybe I'm just used to it always being one of the two, only the two of us? Of course, it's natural that Sui would have all kinds of people in her life. Just feels kind of weird.
いちこ、ごめんね。こっち任せちゃって。このフォークはまだ磨いてない分？
There we go, she's back.
うん。でも私一人で大丈夫だよ。スイはお父さんたちを手伝った方が。
平気平気。やることはやってきたから。わ
かった。じゃあこれお願い。
任せて。そうだ、2人すごくいい雰囲気だったよ。2人？いちことアリアさん、うまくいってるんだなって安心した。今更だけど、あの距離で挨拶したの初めてだったかも。綺麗なのは知ってたけど、そばで見ると思ってた以上で固まっちゃった。そうだよね。私も未だに驚いちゃう。でもスイはすごくちゃんとしてたよ。おかしなこと言ってなかった？
Ah, you're fine.
ならよか そう。きっと結婚の申し込みも多いんだろうな。
Marry? Question mark? I never once had the thought cross my mind. Mr. Amane did say that a lot of his guests were connected to his work, but maybe that's the reason why it's almost always men who are coming to see Arya.
こういう大きな家だと自由恋愛はまだ難しそうだもん。アリアさんもそのうちアマネさんが決めた相手と結婚するんじゃないかな。
Miss Arya getting married?
イチコは？結婚って考えたことある？
少しは。早くお嫁にもらってもらえっていつも誰かに言われてたから。でもここに来てからは誰にも言われなくなってもう全然。
そっか、いいな。私は家族もお店のお客さんも毎日うるさくって。
まだ16だし働いてるのに？
さっさと結婚して子育てしろって、それが女の幸せなんだって。
Hearing her talk about it made my stomach clench up. It was the same script I heard day after day, up until a few months ago anyway. I can't but wonder if Sui is the kind of person who keeps a lot of her worries to herself. I mean, that is a plausible plausible assessment, Ichiko.
イチコさん？
Huh?
吉野さん、お疲れ様です。
お客様が到着されたから給仕の手伝いをしてくださる？
Oh, time to get the food out.
はい、すぐに行きます。
お父さん、お客さんいらしたって。
了解。
イチコ、今日もお互い頑張ろうね。
じゃあまた後でね。
When did this become so? As I left the kitchen, I spotted guests who had arrived early already chatting it up with drinks in hand.
空で放置されてるグラスがあったら回収してくれる？
わかりました。
Wonder if Miss Arya has come downstairs yet. I stretched my neck a bit longer to get a better view as I scanned the room for her. that when I spoke to, that's when I spot her standing near the entranceway. I never thought about the idea of Miss Aria getting married until Sui mentioned it. Maybe that's because most of the people who came to visit are old men. But I didn't think it was the atmosphere for something like that. With so many people coming today, I wonder if things are going to be any different. Ah. People blocking my view gradually dispersed. Then Arya came into my full view.
お嬢様
The men standing around her were all leaning towards her, and then there was another group just casually standing around, waiting their turn. All of this just to lay their eyes on her, almost as if they were peeping on her. What a bunch of creeps. This intense feeling of disgust began to bubble over inside of me. Despite how things are, I'm glad Arya's hair I'd put Arya's hair into two precious pigtails. Glam gal. I mean, pigtails would look good on her. Do they think they're being discreet or something? What a bunch of idiots. I wish they'd just get away from her. It was only for a second. But that smile she secretly flashed was directed at me. I know it. Maybe I'm the stupid one, standing here by myself, getting all bent out of shape. As far as Miss Hari is concerned, this is just a job. It's like everyone is fawning over her and practically tripping over themselves just to get her to notice them. But I don't think she cares, not even for a little bit. Yeah, it is a bit weird having, like, potentially middle-aged or old people just leering at a 16-year-old, but yeah, this is weird. It's honestly harder on the ones who are trying to curry favor with us. When I played back Arya's words in mind, I instantly felt much better. About an hour passed since that moment, and I found myself heading from the very busy first floor up to the much quieter second floor. Had been so busy making sure all the cleaning and the tidying up was ready in the entranceway and dining room, which resulted in the second floor getting a little neglected.
下はしばらく球児さんたちだけで問題ないって言ってたし、今のうちにやっちゃおう。
Okay, so let's go to Amane's room first. I always worry about how much I should clean Mr. Amane's room. He hasn't ever mentioned anything specific, so I guess there's nothing I shouldn't touch, right? This idea plays in my mind as I wipe down the display shelf. Oh? The ceramic container on the back shelf is just like the one in the drawing room. That one had an umbilical cord in it, so I really wonder what could possibly be inside this one. Just a little peek should be fine. With my curiosity getting the best of me, I reach my hand towards the back of the shelf. Maybe this one has Mr. Amane's umbilical cord in it? I wryly smiled as this silly thought played out in my mind. When I opened the lid,
これは布？違う。小さな靴下だ。あ、
they're kind of dirty. Oh. I slightly jumped in shock as the sound of a crying baby I heard played out in my dream recently echoed in my head once again. Something feels really off about that dream. But I'm sure these are socks from when Arya was just an infant. Still, why does he have these placed all around the house? Do he like to take trips down memory lane every so often? I know Mr. Armani likes to dote on Miss Arya, but even still, this feels a bit much. Or maybe it was more common than I realize? I know Mr. Armani likes to dote on Miss Arya, but even this feels like a bit much. Or maybe this is more common than I realize. Okay, let's go to Arya's room. You really smell the herbs in the potpourri when you get up close to it. Ichiko's room? Let's see.
この部屋気に入ってるけど少し殺風景だな。お花でも飾りたいけどお嬢様がくれたバラもすぐに枯れてしまったし、秋にならないと長く持たせるのは難しいかも。
Okay, guest room?
あ、油絵用のカンバスだ。3つもある。
Incredible. It wasn't just lip service. Miss Arya and Mr. Armani really do support me. I'm so happy. Can't wait to start painting something. Okay, then I'll go to the bathroom. There's a black stain between the tiles.
カビかな。いや、墨？違う、なんだろう。
Was this even here before? I always give everything a proper cleaning. I never noticed this.
はあ、落ちた。
Is there anything else we haven't checked yet? I don't think so. Alright, let's stop moving. I wonder if everything is going okay downstairs. I took a deep breath and then leaned my head over to take a look downstairs. I could hear music, people laughing and having a good time, and the sounds of the staff walking around. Seems like the party will be going on for a while still.
何時に終わるんだろう。寝る前にある程度は片付けてしまいたいけど。
I wonder what time it's supposed to end. There's going to be quite a bit of cleaning that I'll need to do before I go to bed. There's no reason for me to just wait around, so I might as well continue cleaning the second floor.
衣装部屋。
Maybe it's because there's a lot of clothes packed in here, but our dressing room really tends to collect dust quite easily. I know they told me that I don't have to clean in here, but after the conversation we had, we had the day she dressed me up, I've been vacuuming in here whenever I had the opportunity. Well, I feel like it would be good to occasionally take all the clothes out and wipe down the dressers too. Then again, I feel like that would take forever. As I looked around inside here, the images of all the laughing and smiling guests began to flash in my mind.
これ全部ああいう人たちからの贈り物なんだ。 All of this stuff in here is from those people, huh? When I thought about it now, all the excitement I felt when I came into this room was zapped away in an instant. However,
疲れるのは私より機嫌を取る相手の方よ。
thinking about it yet again, I'm starting to feel that that may not be the case. Beautiful things always remain beautiful, no matter who gave them to you. But still, no matter how expensive these things may be, they will never be able to buy their way into her heart. Thinking about Miss Aria just makes me want to see her again. I think I'll go back downstairs once I wrap things up here. Before I even realized, my hand completely stopped pushing the vacuum cleaner. At the bottom of the wardrobe where all of her beautiful clothes were lined up, I noticed a pink ribbon sticking out from one of the drawers. I wonder if she has any clothes in there too.
よいしょっと。これって。
Was filled with dolls and building block toys that she must have played when she was a little kid. There were some other toys lined up in front of those as well.
かわいい。こういうの大事にとってるんだ。
How adorable. These must really mean a lot to her, huh? They're so clean, and nothing on them is broken. You must have taken really good care of those.
お嬢様、どんな子供だったんだろう。私より小さい姿が想像できない。子供の頃から背は高かったのかな。顔がまん丸な時期とか、お嬢様にもあった？
Nope. I just can't imagine her being shorter than me. I knew she was tall for her age when she was little, too. Was there a time in her life when she had a squishy, round little face? I can feel the smile on my face as I let my mind wander on the subject, and then I gently pick up one of the dolls. Oh, that ribbon was for the little ones here. That's what I noticed what was previously hidden underneath the doll I was holding. It was a tin can with a colorful flower pattern. Did she keep toys in this? There's definitely something in there. I wonder what it could be. However, there were no toys inside, only some paper boxes that looked like they were for some kind of medication.
なんだこれ。おもちゃ箱じゃなくて薬。
I couldn't help but feel a little disappointed as I reached my hand in. Come to think of it, I never actually seen Miss Aria take any modification. But with her condition, maybe this is something she takes only in emergencies. If that were the case, it would have been nice to be told about it so I can help if something ever happened.
この薬は受胎調整。欲しい時にだけ埋めるように。受胎調整って欲しい時にだけ。
Birth control pills? Oh no. Oh no, that is not good. That is not good. There's a way to give birth only when you want to? I just saw something that I definitely not supposed to see. My hands tremble as I place the box back exactly where I found it. So this medicine makes it so that you can't have kids. She has something like this, and that means Miss Aria is. Does that mean that she is... Well, well, yeah, that's what it scarily sounds like. Oh boy. I mean, not like there's anything wrong with it. I can understand the idea behind it. What idea? I mean, they're rich. Why does she need to, like, offer her body to these kind of people? But even still, my stomach was churning and I felt like I was going to be sick. Ew, no. I don't want to imagine her doing something like that. All those guests are so much older than us. Think of her doing that, what one of them is. It's all so upsetting. It makes me sick to my stomach. What was that sound just now? Was that Mr. Amane in the next room? My heart was already making noises I wished it weren't making, and after that jump scare, I could barely catch my breath. Just need to get out of here. I really don't want to be in this room anymore. I scurried out into the hallway as I feverishly wiped the sweat from my forehead. That's when I saw Amane coming out of his room. He didn't even seem to notice me as he made his way back down the stairs. It looked like he was carrying some small package. Maybe he just came out to grab something. Now that I was back in the open, I felt like I could breathe easier again. But I still had this heavy feeling in my chest and throat. Couldn't just get myself to calm down at all. It's all that medicine's fault. But is that really it? There's more to it. Something else. As if I was being drawn into this strange sense of uneasiness, I suddenly found myself making my way over to Amane's room. Something doesn't feel right.
なんだろう。さっき掃除に来た時はそんなこと思わなかったのに。
What could it be? Nothing felt strange at all when I came in here to clean up. I have no idea what I'm even looking for, so I sincerely doubt that I'll find it. Still, I wanted to see if there was anything to this weird feeling I had, so I started scanning the entire room. I looked over the flashy wallpaper and the thick wooden bookshelves filled with rows of books. My eyes were slowly gazing around at all the books when suddenly one of them caught my eye.
これって。やっぱり抜けてた4巻だ。
J.C. Posthumous Works, Volume 4. That was a series of books by the architect. I found it in the study the day after I arrived here. These were written by the person who supposedly designed this residence, but I couldn't find the fourth volume when I originally looked at them.
天音さんの部屋にあったんだ。じゃあやっぱりこの間に。
Oh! Jump scare! The phone's ringing. What should I do? Maybe Mr. Amani will come back. I need to mute this somehow. Okay, はい、
北川育児院です。
おっと、失礼、間違えました。
私今育児院って。いや、それより。
Feeling overwhelmed with guilt for going in his room to do something besides cleaning, I timidly peeked out the door into the hallway. Thankfully, there were no signs of Amani making his way back.
もうすっかり忘れてたけど、4巻気になってたんだよね。私の予想通りなら。
Almost forgot about it, but I was really curious if I was right about the contents of the volume 4. If my intuition is correct. I knew
や
it.
っぱり
Just like I thought there would be, just as I thought there would be, there was a blueprint of the residence alongside some photos of the outside of the building. Somehow made a lot of notes in pencil. And whatever Mr. Armani wrote these.
でもこれ日本語じゃない。この1階の丸印は応接室かな。こっちは2階の間取りだよね。階段の隣にバスルームがあって。
This is the layout of the second floor. Yeah, the bathroom is next to the stairs.
仏間は今の私の部屋のはず。その隣がお嬢様の部屋で。
As I traced along with the paper with my finger, I suddenly stopped cold.
お嬢様の部屋の隣は今の衣装部屋だよね。じゃあその隣は？
According to the blueprints, in the space next to the dressing room, there should be a room about the same size as the former altar room.
そこの隣が主寝室で今の天音さんの部屋だから。何？どういうこと？衣装部屋と天音さんの部屋の間に本当はもう一つ部屋がある？
I went back into the hallway to look for any trace of this room. I look at these walls every single day, so there's no way I would notice. Of course, there's no door there.
設計図には残ってるけど、実際には作られなかったのかも。でも、もしあるとしたら。
At that moment, a little bell went off in my head. It was the exact same sound I heard when I was in the dressing room before. I just thought it was Mr. Armani, especially since the sound came from not the direction of Miss Aria's room, but rather the direction of his room. It also sounded it was really close. I guess there really is another room next to the dressing room. If Mr. Armani was really in there earlier, must be a proper entrance somewhere. Once I was able to deduce what was going on, my curiosity was absolutely surging to the point where it completely overtook my entire thought process.
忍者映画だと壁がひっくり返ったりするけど。ダメか。じゃあ本棚を押してみたり。
I tried a bunch of different things hoping something would work. But neither the wall nor the bookshelf budged. Sorry.
本は見つけられたけど、棚ぼたは続かないか。でも、もうちょっとだ。
I racked my brain to think of a way to approach the problem. That's when I made eye contact with myself in the mirror. Seeing myself there in my clean, wrinkle-free maid uniform gave me a chance to finally calm down a bit. What in the world am I doing? Snooping around the room of the person who hired me and has taken such good care of me? That self-reflection was cut short in the blink of an eye.
これ、指紋?
In that moment, my eyes fixated on a stain in the corner of the mirror. I leaned in for a closer look. It looks like Armani could have touched the spot.
この姿見、もしかして。
Feeling around the area where the fingerprint was, my finger slipped into a small groove. Here it is. It opened. Oh. A secret room discovered. Maybe they just use this area for storage? Having absolutely no idea what could be inside, I took my first steps into the room. I took a small step forward, then another sliding door appeared. I gently opened it to find a space that had no windows, which made it pitch and black in there. I need a light switch. Oh, there's one. Whoa. Swords, rifles, rope. This room looks kind of like a torture dungeon to me. Huh? Chapter 2, where the dahlias bloom in secret. Damn, we're already in chapter 2, huh? That was a very long chapter 1. Okay, we'll read a little bit and then we're probably gonna call it for tonight because, yeah, we just started a new chapter. I could hear the sound of a clock ticking in the distance. Glancing down at my watch, I saw that it was already past 1 in the morning.
いちこくん、ご苦労様。遅い時間になってしまってすまないね。今日のパーティーはなかなか有意義な時間だったよ。おかげで私はまだ休めそうにないが仕方ない。鉄は熱いうちに打てというからね。今日中に何本か電話をかけないと。それじゃあ、あとは頼んだよ。おやすみ、いちこくん。
Few hours ago, Hamane smiled at me in the same kind, gentle way he always did, and I returned a smile in kind. The shocking sensation I felt in my face from earlier still lingered. Ever since I found that strange hidden room connected to Amane's room, I couldn't calm myself down. What was with that room? There was these big guns, not to mention the knives and rope. I turned off the lights, shut the door, and wiped the fingerprints from the mirror. I couldn't have taken more than 10 seconds. The images of those lethal weapons was burned into my mind, not to mention the incredibly strange bed that was in there. That room was definitely no storage area. She does. Suddenly, an awful image of her lying on that very bed played out in my mind. Her being hidden away in a terrible place like that is just... fear, disgust, the feeling of now knowing something I definitely should know. It all came together and wrapped itself around me. Should I just pretend that I don't know anything and start work tomorrow like nothing ever happened? No way. I could never pull that off. I want to get out of here. Quickly. As fast as I can. I hastily gathered my belongings, which were exactly the same ones I originally came here with. I left the perfume Aria gave me in the drawer. I then held my breath as I left the room. The security guard will be around, so there's no way I can go through the main gate. I'll just have to cut through the garden for now. If I get to the edge of the property, I'm sure there's a wall or a fence I'll be able to climb. What's that smell? I didn't know where it was coming from, but it was hanging in the air around this whole area. It had a bitter, smoky smell, like leaves being burnt, but it also had this peculiar mellow note of honey. There's someone really close by. I hid myself in the shadows of the flower beds and checked my surroundings. Looking over through the glass into the sunroom, I could see outlines of people moving around. There's also someone over by the fountain. It's Mr. Amane. I guess I was smelling the cigar earlier.
今夜は何もご褒美をくださらないの？
君は本当に欲深いな。そこが可愛らしいんだけれどね。
ダメよ、アマネさん。くすぐったいわ。
Oh, what are you doing there? You're kidding. Those two were lovers all along? I don't have time to care about that. I have to get out of here, fast. Phew. I'm so glad they didn't notice me. Just head to the opposite direction where Mr. Amani is. It might be faster to head around the kitchen and find the closest wall. Why is there a security guard here? Is he taking a smoke break? This really sucks. Now where in the world I should go? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh.
返して、私は泥棒なんか。
いちこくん？
おマネさん。
何をしてるんだ、竹下。彼女を話してやりなさい。
いいんですか？こんな時間に抜け出そうとして何か盗んでいるかも。
構わないさ。早くしたまえ。
そういうことでしたらかしこまりました。
何事かと思うじゃないか。いちこくん、平気。
He found me. Now what am I going to do?
いちこくん？
As Amani peered over me, an image of those guns flashed in my mind. My heart was pounding like crazy. I see something wrong. It could be really dire consequences.
ただその仕事がうまくできなくて情けなくて。
Guess this was only natural, seeing as how I've been constantly scolded everywhere I went since I was a kid. Even though nothing was really coming to mind, one after the other, a bunch of plausible, mostly believable excuses just started pouring out of my mouth. Is he not buying it? I figured it would probably be better than me just sitting here in silence.
いちこくん、今日いただいた土産がたくさんあるんだ。遅い時間だけれど、よければ中で一緒にどうかな？
It was just before 2 in the morning. Not even an hour has passed since I tried to escape from this place, and now I'm right back inside the residence. You could see the dining room tables that still haven't been fully cleaned yet from the breakfast room. Maybe he felt bad for not outwardly appreciating the work I do. But either way, it seems like either one of the excuses I conjured up at that moment did the trick.
これは素晴らしい。いちこくんも飲んでごらん。大阪のワイン農家で作られたブドウジュースだそうだよ。
Amane looked over at me and narrowed his eyes, as if he was concerned about something, then handed me the glass.
いちこくんは毎日本当によくやってくれているよ。今日ちょうどあかりに話したところだったんだ。君のような優秀な女性をこの屋敷に迎えられて私は幸運だと。
いえ、そんな。私は大したことは何も。
いや、君がしてくれていることは十分大したことだよ。それなのに、いちこくんにその自信を持たせてあげられなかったのは、私の不徳の致すところだ。忙しさにかまけて、その頑張りに甘えてしまった。君が逃げ出したくなるほど追い詰められていることにも気づかないで、心から申し訳なく思うよ。
He looked so solemn, like I genuinely regretted it. I instinctively lowered my head when I saw how sincere he looked. This is so hard. My chest is stinging. And I've really overworked every day, so there's no way he can notice a situation that he doesn't even exist. Yet he's still taking responsibility and making a genuine apology. There's nobody else out there who treats me as sincerely as Mr. Amane. Even if I did leave, where in the world was I going to go? That hidden room must have been for security or something. That's the only rational answer I can come up with. Yet I am the one getting totally freaked out, searching for things all over the house who messed up. says that fear and confusion began to subside. My blood ran cold over the impulsive decision I made.
ごめんなさい。私、こんな無責任に逃げ出そうとするなんて。
Of course, this all could be a ruse in the end, but we'll have to wait and see.
さっきまで何を考えていたのか、自分でも。
謝ることはないさ。こちらが慣れない環境で無理をさせてしまったのだから。
Okay.
しかし、どうしたものかな。
Mm-hmm.
いちこくんのことを考えると、引き止めるのも酷かもしれない。
そんな、本当にすみません。こんな恩知らずなことをしてしまって、私がバカだったんです。こんなに素晴らしい環境で働かせてもらっているのに、黙って逃げ出そうとするなんて。
いちこくん、アリアも君を気に入っているからね。これからもここで働いてくれるのなら、私たちもありがたいよ。
本当にいいんですか？
もちろん。ただ、私もまだしばらくは忙しいからね。すぐには休みをあげられない。
休みなんかいりません。
そう。
でも、
夏を越えれば、この忙しさも少しは落ち着く予定でね。そこまで頑張ってもらえれば、いちこくんにもまとまった休みを。
Hmm? For a moment, it looked like half of Amane's face started twitching. I'm not sure if he was in pain, but he suddenly started pressing his hand against his temple.
あまねさん、大丈夫ですか？
ああ、すまない。私も少し疲れているのかな。
Seeing him like that made the guilt I felt inside well up so much, I thought it was going to burst.
あまねさん。
ん？
今だって十分自由にさせてもらっていますし、休みもずっと先で構いません。ですから、これからもここで働かせてください。
いちこくん、本当にそれでいいのかい？
もちろんです。
君がそう言ってくれるなら、断る理由はどこにもないよ。
ありがとうございます。
Thank goodness. That guard hadn't have stopped me. There wouldn't have been any way he would have let me stay here again.
そうだ。少しここで待っていてくれるかな。
Amane left his seat and then came back to the breakfast room shortly after that.
いちこくん、いつもありがとう。これからも期待しているからね。
An envelope? What's this?
これ、お金？
I tilted my head and peered inside, where I saw 2 crisp brand new 10,000 yen bills. Ooh. Damn, let's actually see, like, how much is it now? So that is 10,000. So 10,000 is currently, wow, 62,285 yen in this current time. Damn. Okay.
あ、初月の給料だよ。
まだ1ヶ月も経っていないのに、どうして？
毎日頑張ってくれているから、早く自分で稼いだ金を手にしてほしくてね。明日にでも渡そうと準備していたんだ。
でもこれ、聞いていたより多いような。
優秀な人材を引き止めるには、多少色もつけないとね。
He looked at me with a bit of a playful smile. This was a salary you'd expect from a college-educated civil servant. My last job, I wasn't even getting 10,000 yen after my dormitory fees were deducted.
そろそろ画材も揃いそうなんだ。それも、ここで仕事を続ける楽しみの一つになれば、私もとても嬉しいよ。
Okay, so let us go here and we shall save. Yeah. Okay. So I think we should pretty much call it here for tonight. Wow. Now I have more questions already. Why is there a room full of weapons? Why is there blood in the sheets? Why is there, like, Arya at one point was like cold and as if like the blood is drained from her body, and Amane is looking kind of sus. Even if he shows that little bit of generosity, there is something sus that he's going to do, or that he keeps doing, and it's going to involve his daughter. Yeah, some interesting revelations tonight, but we're probably gonna check that next week, hopefully. But yeah, with that said, guys, thank you all for watching tonight, either live or via the archives. Tomorrow we'll be playing some Musume Party Dash, and we're gonna be focusing on Team Lily this time. Team Lily is a very strange team. It's going to have the rivals / will they, won't they, Vodka and Daiwa Scarlet. We have the magical horse girl, Sweet Tosho, in there for some reason. We have the Don't Forget Me, Asta Machan, and then we have Still in Love, who is heading the team, who is recently just joined the original mobile game as well. Was this game like a manga? It's a visual novel. So it's a visual novel with, you know, images and text that is a little more interactive compared to like a manga. So it's pretty much like an interactive manga with, you know, music, voice acting, and special images, right? Ah, yes, the yandere. Yeah. She was playable in Party Dash before she showed up in the game, interestingly enough. So that's kind of cool. All right, before I go, let me see where I can send you guys to on the Twitch side of things. Is there anyone playing something visual novel-esque that I can send you guys to? Visual novel. Now, what is this though? Well, I guess Persona is kind of a visual novel, isn't it? Kinda, I guess. So maybe we can send you guys over to Ava, right? Yeah, sounds good. If you guys want to stay for the raid, I'd appreciate it. But if you want to like head out, that's also perfectly fine. All right, guys, hope you all have a great night, evening, or afternoon, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye-bye.